Hi everybody. I hope you all had a great 4th of July if you celebrate it, if you're in America. Um, and I just wanted to say really quickly, for those of you who have found me and watch my videos and interact, I really appreciate it because obviously this is a great outlet for me, but also, and obviously I love talking about spiritual things and maybe like the meaning of life, not that we'll ever fully understand it, but like the pursuit of understanding the meaning of life. And as much as I love to talk about it, I don't always find people in my day-to-day life that have any real interest in it. So it's so nice to be able to, put this information out there and have a format and then also interact with you guys. It's a huge blessing for me. So thank you so much. Okay. So there's a couple things that I wanted to talk about today. And I'll make it quick because I need to make it to the gym, which we all know I love a good procrastination before the gym, but I have my pre-workout. So when this is done, hopefully the video's done and I'm ready to rock and roll. Okay. So what do I want to talk about? Well, for one, there's a lot I want to talk about, but let me categorize. So obviously with manifesting, if your thoughts, beliefs, emotions, and self-concept are all in alignment, you're going to bring whatever that thing is, you're going to bring it in fast. But obviously it's really hard to be in unison with all those things, which is why a lot of people get stumped manifesting. So with that, maybe a little story. Yeah, because like I said, having all of those things in alignment at the same time is really hard. And it's probably going to be something that you've already experienced because your self-concept and your belief are both going to be in alignment with it. If you've experienced it, it's easy, right? And then like your emotions fall in line with it. It's just easy. Now, if it's something that you have experienced in the 3D, the opposite of, now you're trying to override all these things. And it's hard. And I've even, spoken about self-soothing when emotions come up, typically fear, anxiety, even like anger. And I self-soothe them. And I did a video on it where I'm basically like, I know you're here for a good reason. You're here to protect me, but like thank you. You have every right to be here, but thank you, but no thank you, because we're moving into a new life, a new identity, a new experience, a new realm. And we don't have to have fear about these things anymore because we are going to experience something new, or we do experience something new. Okay. Now that is like coddling your inner child, which I think, yes, take all the time you need, coddle it, love it, be patient with it. When you get triggered, and it's usually a trigger, you just know, like, oh yeah, this is my inner child. I think doing inner child work will always be a benefit. Now, when when I'm doing something and I have like these crazy irrational fears and I'm trying to like make a new belief or a new assumption about myself, and it's like you're just bombarded with like the wildest like thoughts and you're just like having panic attacks, and it's like there's not necessarily a trigger, it's just like you just can't seem to like regulate yourself. That's ego, in my humble opinion. And when that happens, I am not gonna coddle it. I'm not patient with it. I'm not kind to it. It's a needy, annoying, obnoxious, very rooted in the 3D. Ego is in the 3D. Your inner child is gonna go with you from realm to realm when you pass away and we reincarnate, whatever. That's gonna that's part of you, part of your psyche, part of your whatever. Your ego is 3D. It's like rooted in, grounded in the 3D. It's like ugh, I hate it. It's annoying. It's like a pick me. It's like, oh my God, no. Shut up. So no. So when that happens, I don't coddle it. Okay. So backstory, the 4th of July was coming up. I was getting a little bit nervous about what I was going to do. I live in a city. I just moved here like a year ago. I don't have like a ton of friends and I don't have any family. All my friends live like at least an hour and 15 minutes away. And my family, my closest family member is like 7 hours away. And so because of that, this whole 2025, I kind of just had like shitty experiences on the holidays, and I get like sad because I was like spending holidays alone. So, that like belief kept coming up like, well, you spent this holiday alone, this holiday, like what's any different? I'm like, it's 4th of July. It's like halfway through the year. Like I'm done with this. Like I really just want to have fun and like enjoy myself. Okay. So also, let me say this. I can see in hindsight how I almost self-sabotaged myself out of a place of fear and like depression in the past with holidays. Like I actually did have options in, hindsight's 2020, and I just wasn't in a good place, and I was like self-sabotaging. And so I would just sit at home and feel bad about myself because I just, your mentality is really everything. And I didn't have a good mentality. I was just like upset and bitter and whatever. So I can see how I really did have options to not be alone, but my self-concept or belief system or emotions or whatever were completely holding me back. And, honestly, like when we're manifesting, it's so like it's always in front of us. What we want is always available in front of us. We just literally can't see it because we're so attached to our bullshit. It literally makes you blind to certain things, opportunities, whatever. It's crazy how that, like, our brain is so powerful. And when you think about it like this, creation is finished. I actually think that there is a little string available in every moment of every day for whatever your wildest dreams are. You want to be a millionaire, whatever. There is something in front of you right now that if you were in the right mindset, you would grasp onto it and you would follow that string to the next slew of opportunities. And if you stayed in that mindset of, I'm a millionaire, there's always that doorway, and you just keep picking. It's available. We've all been given the same opportunities and gifted the same doorway, so to speak. Our brain just makes certain doorways invisible because we're like, no, that'll never happen to me because I'm a piece of shit and it's just so impossible. That's not for me. So the only options, the only doors that are going to light up in front of you are the shitty, annoying, hard ones. That's really like how I view manifesting. It's creation is finished. There is a string, there is a pathway and the opportunity is always in front of you. You just can't see it when you're in a certain mindset. And I get it. The human experience makes you super, it feels so real. It feels like this is just who I am and it's never gonna change. Nope, you're meant to grow, you're meant to evolve. If not, you would still be like a little tiny baby. You know, we're meant to change. The only thing that it stays consistent is that everything changes. So change for the better, not for the worse. Okay, the opportunities are always in front of you. What you want, you just have to prime your mind and that thing will become highlighted. And that is what inspired action is. And I honestly think when I was kind of just like in a depressed state, I had the opportunities to spend holidays with friends, family, whatever, but I was just, my brain was primed for like, to be sad and alone. So I did. And I can see that clearly now. Okay, so 4th of July, it's like a week or two coming up. I'm starting to get anxious. I'm like, I don't want to spend it alone. Ugh, you know, I don't want to spend it alone. So there was like different things, you know, different options of what I could do. I had, you know, a couple different things that I could do. Now I knew I wasn't going to just like sit at home alone and be a loser because I did see that there was opportunities. At least my mindset was in a better place than it was maybe, you know, I don't know, months ago. But I was like, just because the opportunity is in front of me doesn't mean that's the one that I want. Like sometimes being alone is better company than being with people that are annoying or whatever, you know what I mean? So like, yes, could I go and do certain things? Yes, but it wasn't what I really wanted to do. So let's say I had like 3 options and like option A was my primary, B was like secondary, and C was like last place. Okay. I was trying to visualize and I'll be honest, my visualizations didn't work. I was trying to take scenes out of what I wanted to imply that I was getting what I wanted, and I would do those visualizations. I did a visualization of where I wanted to be on 4th of July and like the people I wanted to be with. And then, oh, I even had like a visualization where people were like reaching out, like how it came through, like the text or phone call came through. And I'll tell you, it didn't happen that way. For whatever reason, visualization with me where I'm like taking a snippet of an implied reality, like it doesn't work for me. I'll tell you what did work and ended up happening. Neville talks about doing a phone call where you're just like telling your friend essentially whatever you want to happen already happened. So I did 2 visualizations with 2 friends that said, this was like a week before, maybe like a couple days before, maybe like 3 or 4 days before 4th of July. And there was like no movement. Like I was like, you know, I always do like my little affirmations. I'm always like trying to have a good self-concept, have a good emotional well-being and state of mind. But I feel like I needed like reinforcement for this just because I had bad experiences with holidays for the past, you know, 6 months to a year. So I did a phone call visualization, one with one friend and one with the other friend, where they're basically like, oh, how was your 4th? And I was like, oh, good, I did this, this, and this, and like, this is what happened, and it was so fun. And those phone calls literally happened. So that's a really good technique for people that have like a hard time like visualizing the details and like trying to like make a scenario where everything's implied, which I just have a hard time with. Yeah, the voice, the phone call was great. So I did that, but I was maybe like really close, like maybe 2 or 3 days before, I think think. But for that week, like as like the time was compressing, I was getting more and more anxious. And like I said before, like how sometimes I coddle my like inner child, it wasn't like this. It wasn't me getting triggered where I needed to coddle my inner child and process that emotion. This was like just a gradient background anxiety all the time where I was like, I'm not gonna get what I want. I'm not gonna get what I want. It's gonna suck. Whatever. And I will tell you what, when that happens and you're just like in a state of anxiety, and obviously like, I think everybody has a different threshold for anxiety. I probably suffer from anxiety. I don't really like to claim it. I probably do, if we're gonna be honest. I am not like I know I have social anxiety. I don't like going outside, like there's definitely things about me that, yes, could I improve them with my self-concept? Of course. Are they right now? No. And I've dealt with them my whole life. So anxiety is one of them. So when I tell you like I have like a level 8 out of 10 anxiety for 24 hour, 48 hours, 72 hours at a time, it's like I wake up in the middle of the night, I'm fucking stressed out. It sucks. Okay, so that's what was happening probably the week leading up to it, to the 4th. And I think it got worse every day because there was no movement in the 3D and I started panicking. Okay. So in conjunction with my visualizations of having a phone call with friends, telling them what had happened, what I had wanted to happen, excuse me, I need pre-workout. I started to get frustrated and I kind of hit a breaking point where the anxiety and the weird irrational thoughts, all ego, not inner child, where she's like, you could just tell. You can fucking tell when it's ego. It's so annoying. It's irrational. It is like it's like out of left field. So I got pissed. And I basically was like, I don't give a fuck about what I think about the situation, what I feel about the situation, what I believe is gonna happen in the situation, what fears I have around the situation. I don't care. I'm the exception. I'm the God of my reality. I'm getting what I want. And that did almost like soothe it a little bit, but not 100%. But I was like, I don't care. And it allowed for a place for the ego to be there, and the fear and the loud voice and like the chitter chatter in your head to be there. And I was like, do your worst. I don't fucking care. Do it. I still get what I want. I will continue to do my visualizations. I'll continue to do my affirmations. You can continue to yell, kick, and scream all you want. I'm still gonna get what I want. So do your worst. I will starve you to death. And I did. Because normally I take what the ego is yelling at me and I spiral. I'm like, you're right. Nothing's ever gonna change. Bitch, everything is changing all the time. Everything. Don't listen to this control freak, egotistical, needy, insecure, because everyone that has a big ego, it all comes from insecurity. Fuck this guy. I hate him. He's a pick-me, I'm telling you. That is the epitome of a pick-me. So I just started getting like angry, and I was like, screw you. You can tell me all you want. You can yell at me all you want. It doesn't change a thing. Creation's finished. I already got what I wanted. Mind you, things were happening where like there was movement with other like option B and C, but not with A. And I was like, see, I can manifest whatever I want. If I can manifest B or C options, B or C, I can manifest A. And so I like just kind of held out for it. And I was like, I know manifestation's real. Even if this thing is telling me, but you're not in a place that you can get, I don't care. I can feel like crap. I can have horrible thoughts. I can have disbelief. I can think this is not going to happen, and it'll still happen. Now, again, like I said earlier, if all those things are in alignment, are you going to bring in your manifestation really fast? Yeah, and it's wonderful. But you don't always feel that way because you have your stupid ego or fears or whatever. So I just was like, bring it on for like a couple days. And even Thursday morning, so 4th of July is on Friday, Thursday morning, I'm on the phone with my friend, which was one of the friends that I did in my visualization. I'm literally crying. I'm like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm like, I'm so stressed out. And I got off the phone and I was like, doesn't matter. Like, I can still have a meltdown and get what I want. I can still like have no movement in the 3D and I can still get what I want. And I was feeling really shitty about myself. I was feeling really shitty. I was feeling really sad. And maybe an hour or two after that phone call with her, which I also do think sometimes like releasing emotion, negative emotion, like having a cry or having an outburst or whatever, I actually think it can be helpful because I didn't sit there and dwell on it. It was like a 10-minute phone conversation where I was just like, I'm stressed out, blah, blah, blah. I was like crying over other things too. It wasn't just like the 4th of July. I'm a girl. I'm very emotional. I cry all the time. I cry every day probably. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not good. But, you know, maybe like that release was part of what helped me process, but I still felt like crap. I felt like crap that I had given into feeling shitty. I felt like crap that there was no movement. I was sitting in the parking lot of the gym. I went to the gym. I like had the worst workout. I was like, I hate this. Like nothing's ever going to change. And I kept saying like, even if I believe nothing's going to change, everything's changing. Like that's how arrogant and stubborn I was about it. I was in the gym, having a pity party. Plan A. I wouldn't say it manifested, but it kind of trickled, like the beginning, like I knew this was like a good sign for somebody to reach out to me about something non-related, but I was like, well, that's good, I guess. And because nobody, by the way, wants to like invite themselves to do like people want to be invited on holiday, like, and maybe that's my ego too, whatever. Okay, so then that kind of trickled down to opening up within maybe a couple hours of, okay, option A is on the table. And mind you, this was the day before. So of course I even had like thoughts like, oh, well, they're going to cancel. They're going to be like, they're going to find something better to do. And things did get canceled. I really just wanted to go to this one. I really just wanted to go to this, in my town, they have like this really good fireworks show. And it's like the nicest, best one everybody goes to. It's more like, I don't want to say yuppity, but it's like, it's at a country club. Like, I wouldn't just show up by myself there. I might. Yeah, I wouldn't just show up there. But I really wanted to go. So, because I'd never seen it and whatever. Okay. So, what do you know? Okay, so I'm like, okay, like, it's playing out. But then I'm like, oh, what if I'm not stable enough to keep it and then it falls apart and whatever. And I'm like, no, like, this is going to happen. Like, manifestation is real. Whether I think that I'm strong enough to bring it in or not, it doesn't matter. It's done. And you really, if you can just say, like, fuck the 3D, because guess what? Your emotions are part of the 3D. You're like fuck everything. What I think about this, what I believe about myself, what I think I'm capable of, like all the fear, everything, it doesn't matter. Who cares? I still get what I want. I'm the exception. I just kept saying that every time like something would come up. So then Thursday, I started saying, today's the best day. I'm gonna have like the best night tonight. And I did. I went out with friends Thursday night. It was like really good, which I also think helped because my emotions on the subject of the holiday turning out crappy was pretty bad. You know, I had like bad emotions attached to it. So I think if you can like just raise your, just be in a happy state in general, it overrides how you feel about a certain subject. So me going out with friends and having fun and taking my mind off and my attention and my focus off the subject, if you can't like pull yourself out of shitty feelings on the subject, taking your focus off and like, I know it's so hard sometimes, but just focusing on anything else and having a good time and good emotions on a neutral subject, I do think that helped offset a lot. I really do. So then Friday morning comes around and I still wasn't like solidified in my, solidified in my plans. And then I found out that the fireworks show had been canceled and a couple things had been moved around. So like there was like opposition in 3D, but I kept telling myself like today's gonna be like the best 4th of July ever. And I was like, no, it's not. Like it's like there's no possible way this is gonna turn out good. And I was like, wait, no, shut up. Manifestation is real. Like let it be a miracle. I'm like, all right, it's gonna be the best 4th of July ever. I just kept saying that. It's gonna be the best day ever. This is the best day ever. This is the best 4th. It ended up being one of the best 4ths. I had like 2 very different experiences. It was like a hodgepodge day where I got to do all my favorite things and they were festive. So like going to like a nice fancy daytime party and I had like my cute 4th of July outfit and I was like cute and it like very festive and it's like, you know, families and kids and yummy food and outside and fun, good family fun. It was great. And I love like doing things during the day, especially on holidays. Like I hate waiting till like to celebrate just like, you know, in the evening. So it was really great. It turned out great. And then I got to transition into the evening, which was like more like hillbilly stuff. I don't know how to, like there was an outfit change. I was in, you know, Levi cutoffs and cowboy boots and a trucker hat and running around in the dirt on, you know, quads and side-by-sides and blowing things up and lighting illegal fireworks on private property. So I don't know if that's illegal, but they were kind of illegal. Blowing up stuff, shooting guns. Okay, I probably don't look like that, but like I have, like that's some of my favorite things. Like I grew up like a tomboy. Like I was such a tomboy when I was little. So I like both. I like nice, fancy, pinky out events where you're like, you know, it's a little yuppie, a little hoity-toity. I love that shit, sorry. And then I love like down and dirty and just kind of like just feeling like a kid, you know. So the 4th of July turned out, it really was one of my best 4th of July. I mean, it was great. We had like our own private illegal fireworks show. And the one that I wanted to go to got canceled. So like nobody got fireworks. And then like we got our own. It was just great. It turned out great. I was like having the time of my life. I just remember laughing so hard, like squealing with joy. And mind you, like I had 2 drinks the whole day. You know, this wasn't like fun because I'm like buzzed. Like this was a genuinely wonderful day. And so it's funny because then the next day when I'm talking to 2 of my friends, it was the exact visualization. It went exactly how I said it did, which is so wild. So that's a great technique if you have a hard time pulling in detail and all that. All that to say, you can totally manifest when you feel like shit and you have no belief and your ego's screaming at you and your emotions are like getting the best of you and you don't think anything's possible. You can say, and this is like word for word what I would say, I don't care what I think, I don't care what I feel, I don't care what I believe, I don't care what is being said to me or shown to me in the 3D. I'm the exception. I always get what I want. I just kept saying that over and over. And I started using it in other ways, other areas of my life. And it worked. Now, does it take a little bit longer? Sure. But you really have to be stubborn and dig your heels in and like, no, manifestation's real. I don't give two F's about what my past history has showed me or what I'm used to. I dictate who I am and what I get and what I want. So, yeah, it's a long way to tell you guys you don't have to believe anything. And I wasn't around the clock affirming. If anything, I was more stressed out than I was affirming, which is like horrible. But anyways, just tell yourself, it doesn't matter what I think, feel, believe, I always get what I want. And it's unfolding. And pretty much like, fuck the 3D, fuck your ego, fuck your fears, fuck your beliefs, fuck your past. Just create from scratch right now. And yeah, so that's what I did. And it worked beautifully. It truly was one of the best 4th of Julys I've ever had. And I think I will save the rest of what I want to talk about for another video because it's already getting long. And yeah, thanks again for listening and, being into the same stuff, nerding out over this stuff with me. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Talk to you later. Bye.